Most people drift through life in a haze of mediocrity because they never truly commit. They never fully dedicate themselves. They never go all in on anything. They tinker, they dabble, they give half-hearted efforts, then wonder why they're stuck with minimal results. They crave extraordinary outcomes, but only put in casual effort. That's not how life operates. That's not how success is achieved. That's not how greatness is forged. You need to grasp a fundamental truth about this journey called life. There are no participation awards. There are no runner-up prizes. There's no safe haven where you can escape the grind of competition. The world doesn't owe you a thing. Success doesn't owe you a thing. Happiness doesn't owe you a thing. You have to earn it. You have to fight for it. You have to lock in and seize it. The chance to lock in is staring you in the face. It's been there all along, but you keep conjuring excuses. You keep finding reasons why now isn't the right moment. You keep waiting for the perfect opportunity, the ideal conditions, the flawless circumstances. Let me be clear, perfect timing is a myth. There will never be an ideal moment to begin. There will never be flawless conditions. Obstacles will always exist. Challenges will always arise. Reasons to quit will always tempt you before you even start. But champions don't wait for perfect circumstances. Champions create their own circumstances. Champions don't wait for inspiration. Champions ignite their own fire. Champions don't wait for opportunities. Champions carve their own paths. They know the best time to plant a tree was 2 decades ago, but the next best time is right now. You've lingered in your comfort zone far too long. You've played it safe for too long. You've chosen the easy road for too long. But easy doesn't forge resilience. Easy doesn't build strength. Easy doesn't shape the kind of person who can handle success when it arrives. Easy creates fragile people who collapse when life gets tough. Easy breeds quitters who surrender at the first hint of resistance. The time has come to embrace discomfort. The time has come to welcome the struggle. The time has come to tackle the things that scare you, because beyond fear lies everything you've ever dreamed of. Beyond discomfort lies growth. Beyond hard work lies success. You think you're exhausted now. You think you're stressed now. You think you're overwhelmed now. Imagine being 60 years old, looking back on your life and realizing you squandered it. Imagine lying on your deathbed, haunted by the dreams you never chased, the risks you never took, the potential you never unleashed. That's when you'll feel true pain. That's when you'll know real regret. But you have the power to rewrite that story. You have the power to shape your future. You have the power to lock in today and become the person you were destined to be. Everything you need is already within you. You just need to stop making excuses and start taking action. That voice in your head whispering that you can't do it, it's lying. That voice claiming you're not good enough, it's lying. That voice insisting it's too late, it's lying. That voice telling you don't have what it takes, it's lying. That voice has held you back your entire life. It's stolen your dreams. It's kept you small. It's time to silence that voice. It's time to replace it with a new one. A voice that declares you can achieve anything you set your mind to. A voice that affirms your worthiness of success. A voice that proclaims your capacity for greatness. A voice that insists it's never too late to begin. A voice that reminds you today is the first day of the rest of your life. But changing the voice in your mind is only the start. You must transform your actions. You must reshape your habits. You must overhaul your daily routine. You must rethink how you spend your time. You must redefine your relationship with hard work. You must reframe how you handle setbacks. You must change everything about how you're living right now. Success demands sacrifice. It requires you to let go of the things keeping you average. It means abandoning late nights of mindless scrolling. It means giving up lazy mornings lounging in bed. It means cutting ties with toxic relationships that sap your energy. It means breaking free from negative habits that hold you back. It means letting go of your old self to become your new self. Most people aren't willing to make those sacrifices. They want success, but refuse to pay its price. They want to keep their cake and eat it too. They want to cling to their old lifestyle while expecting new results. They want to change their circumstances without changing themselves. That's why most people fail. But you're different. You have something inside you that others lack. A burning desire to be more, a hunger for greatness, a vision of what your life could be if you just lock in and do the work. The work isn't glamorous. The work isn't fun. The work isn't easy. The work is grinding while others sleep. The work is studying while others party. The work is training while others relax. The work is pushing forward when others quit. The work is showing up when you don't feel like it. The work is staying consistent when consistency feels mundane. But here's what most people miss about the work. It's not just about external achievements. It's about becoming the kind of person who deserves those achievements. It's about building character. It's about cultivating discipline. It's about forming habits that empower you instead of ones that sabotage you. It's about becoming someone you're proud to see in the mirror. Every day, you face a choice. You can lock in, or you can lock out. You can move forward, or you can stay stuck. You can grow, or you can stagnate. You can chase your dreams, or you can make excuses. You can be a victor, or you can be a victim. The choice is yours alone. No one can make it for you. No one can do the work for you. No one can live your life for you. You are the author of your story. You are the director of your film. You are the CEO of your life. What kind of story will you write? What kind of film will you create? What kind of life will you build? Time is your most precious currency. You can earn more money, but you can't earn more time. You can replace possessions, but you can't replace missed opportunities. You can form new relationships, but you can't reclaim lost years. Every day you spend without locking in is a day gone forever. Every week you waste is a week stolen from your future. Every month you procrastinate is a month you'll regret later. The graveyard is filled with people who had brilliant ideas but never acted on them, who had grand dreams but never pursued them, who had immense potential but never unleashed it. Don't let that be your story. Don't let your potential die with you. Don't let your dreams turn into regrets. You have something unique inside you. You have gifts the world needs. You have a contribution only you can make. You have a purpose only you can fulfill. But none of it matters if you don't lock in. None of it matters if you don't do the work. None of it matters if you don't commit to becoming the person you're capable of being. The year is nearly over. Another 365 days have passed. What do you have to show for it? Have you grown? Have you improved? Have you moved closer to your goals? Or are you still where you were a year ago? Are you proud of how you've spent your time? Are you thrilled with your progress? Or are you disappointed for wasting another year? The truth can sting. The truth can be uncomfortable. But the truth is also freeing. When you face the reality of where you are, you can start making choices about where you're headed. When you admit you've been wasting time, you can start using it wisely. When you acknowledge you haven't given your all, you can start giving everything you've got. This is your wake-up call. This is your moment of truth. This is your chance to draw a line in the sand and say, enough is enough. This is your opportunity to stop being a bystander in your own life and become the hero of your story. This is your time to stop watching others live their dreams and start creating your own. But knowing what to do and doing it are worlds apart. Knowledge without action is useless. Inspiration without execution is meaningless. Good intentions without follow-through are worthless. You can understand every principle of success and still fail if you don't apply what you know. The gap between where you are and where you want to be is bridged by consistent daily action, by showing up when you don't feel like it, by doing what's right even when it's hard, by staying committed when motivation fades, by getting back up every time you fall. Success isn't a place you reach. Success is a way of moving through life. Success is who you become on the path to your goals. Success is the habits you build, the character you forge, the resilience you develop, the person you transform into through the pursuit of your dreams. You don't need to be perfect to start. You don't need all the answers to begin. You don't need to see the entire path to take the first step. You just need to commit to locking in with what you have, where you are right now. You just need to dedicate yourself to improving every single day. The power of the compound effect is undeniable. Small actions, done consistently, yield massive results. Reading 10 pages a day seems minor, but that's 3,650 pages in a year. Exercising for 30 minutes daily feels small, but that's 182 hours in a year. Saving $5 a day seems trivial, but that's over $1,800 in a year. Everything compounds. Everything accumulates. Everything counts. Most people overestimate what they can achieve in a day and underestimate what they can accomplish in a year. They try to overhaul their lives overnight, and when they can't sustain that pace, they quit. They expect instant results, and when they don't see them, they give up. They want the rewards without paying the price. They want the harvest without planting the seeds. But success doesn't work like that. Success is built brick by brick, day by day, decision by decision. Success comes from sustained effort over time. Success belongs to those who understand the race isn't won by the fastest starter, but by the most persistent finisher. You've started and stopped countless times before. You've made promises to yourself you didn't keep. You've set goals you didn't achieve. You've made plans you didn't follow through on. That doesn't make you a failure. It makes you human. The difference between those who succeed and those who don't isn't that successful people never fail. It's that successful people never quit. Every time you stumble, you have a choice. Stay down and wallow in self-pity, or rise and keep moving. You can dwell on how many times you've failed, or focus on how many times you've gotten back up. You can let your past define your future, or you can let your future redefine your past. Your past doesn't equal your future unless you choose to live there. Your mistakes don't determine your potential unless you let them. Your failures don't define your worth unless you believe they do. You're not stuck. You're not trapped. You're not limited by what you've done before. You have the power to start anew. You have the power to begin again. You have the power to lock in now and create a different life. The only question that matters is this: what will you do with the time you have left? Will you squander it like you've squandered so much before? Will you keep making the same excuses? Will you keep repeating the same patterns? Or will you lock in? Will you commit? Will you do whatever it takes to become the person you know you can be? The choice is yours. The power is in your hands. The time is now. Don't waste another year. Don't waste another month. Don't waste another day. Don't waste another hour. Lock in. Commit. Execute. Your future self is counting on you to make the right choice today. Look in the mirror right now. Look at yourself. Really look. What do you see? Do you see someone who's been coasting through life? Someone who's been making excuses for why things haven't changed? Someone who's been waiting for permission to start living? Or do you see someone ready to take charge? Someone ready to lock in and do the work? Someone ready to stop playing small and start playing to win? The person staring back at you has limitless potential. The person in that mirror has everything it takes to succeed. The person you're looking at is capable of achieving things you can't even imagine yet. But that person must decide. That person must choose growth over comfort, action over inaction, commitment over hesitation. Your dreams won't chase you. Your goals won't achieve themselves. Your vision for your life won't materialize without your effort. You must be the one to make it happen. You must be the one to do the work. You must be the one to stay committed when others quit. The world is full of people with brilliant ideas who never act. It's full of people with big dreams who never take steps. It's full of people with incredible potential who never unlock it. Don't be one of them. Don't let your story be one of what could have been. Make it a story of what happened because you chose to lock in. Every successful person you admire started where you are now. They had doubts, they had fears, they had obstacles, they had naysayers telling them it couldn't be done. They had moments when they wanted to give up. The difference between them and you, they locked in anyway. They did the work anyway. They stayed committed anyway. They never gave up on themselves. You have that same power within you. You have the same ability to push through when things get tough. You have the same capacity to stay focused amid distractions. You have the same strength to keep going when others stop. You just need to tap into it. You just need to use it. You just need to lock in. The road ahead won't be easy, but it will be worth it. There will be days when progress feels glacial and nights when you question your path. There will be doubters who challenge you and circumstances that test your resolve. There will be setbacks that knock you down and failures that tempt you to quit. But every champion has walked this road. Every person who's achieved something meaningful has faced these challenges. What separates those who succeed from those who don't isn't talent, luck, or perfect conditions. It's the choice to lock in and stay locked in, no matter what. It's the commitment to keep showing up, even when you don't feel like it. It's the discipline to do what's necessary, even when it's hard. It's the resilience to rise every time you fall. This is your moment. This is your time. This is your chance to stop living a life of regret and start living a life of purpose. This is your opportunity to stop being ordinary and start being extraordinary. This is your invitation to stop wasting time and start investing it in becoming who you were meant to be. The alarm is ringing. The wake-up call has sounded. The moment of truth is here. What will you do? Will you hit the snooze button and drift back to sleep? Or will you rise and lock in? The choice is yours. Your future awaits your decision. I'm speaking to you, the person who knows they're destined for more. I'm speaking to the dreamer, tired of settling for average. I'm speaking to the warrior, ready to break free from the crowd that's comfortable, the crowd that's content with mediocrity, the crowd that always has an excuse for why they can't succeed. But you're not like them. You're different. You know, success isn't a public spectacle. Success is a private discipline. Success is what happens when no one's watching. Success is built in the basement, in the garage, in the early morning hours when the world is still asleep, dreaming of what they wish they could become. Everyone wants success when it's convenient. Everyone wants to work when they're motivated. Everyone wants to grind when conditions are perfect. But true champions work in the shadows. They work when it's cold. They work when it's uncomfortable. They work when every instinct screams to quit. The shadows are where legends are born. The shadows are where champions are forged. The shadows are where ordinary people become extraordinary. In the shadows, there are no distractions. There's no social media to waste your time. There's no one to impress. In the shadows, it's just you and your dreams, you and your goals, you and your commitment to becoming who you're meant to be. Right now, someone is working. Someone is studying, someone is training, someone is building, someone is creating, and they're not doing it for applause or recognition. They're doing it because they know greatness is built in silence. The greatest athletes didn't become great during the games. They became great in the unseen training sessions. The gym at 5 a.m., during grueling practices in the summer heat while others were at the beach. They became great in the shadows, grinding, sweating, pushing through pain with no one to cheer them on. The most successful entrepreneurs didn't build their empires during business hours. They built them working 18-hour days, strategizing at 3 a.m., making calls while others watched TV. They built them in the shadows, sacrificing comfort for their future. The greatest artists, writers, and musicians didn't create their masterpieces in the spotlight. They created them alone in their studios, pouring their hearts out when no one was watching. They created in the shadows, turning pain into power, struggles into strength. The shadows are your ally. The shadows are where you discover your true self. When no one's watching, when there's no one to impress or judge, your character shines through. That's when you learn if you're truly committed to your dreams or just talking about them. Most people are just talking. Most people are all show, no substance. Most people want the results without the work, the success without the sacrifice, the glory without the grind, but not you. You're here because you know success is earned, and it's earned in the shadows. Stop waiting for perfect conditions. Stop waiting for permission. Stop waiting for the right moment. The right moment is now. The perfect condition is no condition. The permission you need comes from you. Step into that dark room and work. Build in that basement. Create in that garage. The world doesn't need more excuse makers. It doesn't need more dreamers who never act. It doesn't need more people talking about someday. The world needs warriors, builders, people who know success is crafted in private and revealed in public. While others post about their goals on social media, you need to be working on yours. While others talk about their dreams, you need to be living them. While others make noise, you need to make moves. Silent, powerful moves that speak louder than words. What separates winners from losers? Winners work in the shadows. They know success isn't a spectator sport. They know greatness isn't built overnight. They know there are no shortcuts, no easy paths, no magic formulas, only hard, consistent work that no one sees but everyone benefits from. Every morning, when your alarm sounds, you have a choice. Hit snooze and stay comfortable, or get up and get after it. You can stay in bed dreaming about your goals, or rise and work toward them. You can choose comfort or growth. Most choose comfort. Champions choose growth. The dark hours are the golden hours. The hours when others sleep are when champions are made. 4 a.m., 5 a.m., 6 a.m. These are the hours that separate the committed from the casual, the hours that build character, that forge steel in your spine and fire in your soul. You don't need motivation to work in the shadows. Motivation is fleeting. What you need is discipline. Discipline gets you up when you'd rather stay in bed. Discipline keeps you working when you don't feel like it. Discipline separates professionals from amateurs. And discipline is built in the shadows. Every time you work when you don't want to, you're building discipline. Every time you push through when you want to quit, you're building discipline. Every time you honor your commitments, even when it's tough, you're building discipline. The shadows are where excuses die. In the light, with others around, it's easy to make excuses, to blame others, to play the victim. But in the shadows, alone with your goals, there's no one to blame, no one to complain to. Just work to be done. That's where you need to be. That's the environment that transforms you into who you're meant to be. Transformation doesn't happen in your comfort zone. It doesn't happen when things are easy. It happens when you're pushed to your limits, tested, alone in the shadows with nothing but your will to keep you going. Most people want transformation, but want it to be public. They want everyone to see their journey, applaud their efforts, celebrate their small wins. But real transformation happens in private, when no one's watching in the shadows. Stop seeking recognition for unfinished work. Stop expecting applause for unachieved goals. Stop wanting credit for the person you haven't become yet. Put your head down, step into the shadows, and work. The recognition will come. The applause will come. The credit will come. But only after the work is done. The shadows are where you build your foundation. You don't build a skyscraper's foundation in Times Square for all to see. You build it underground, out of sight, in the dark. But that foundation holds everything up. It makes the building strong. It keeps it from collapsing. Your foundation is built in the dark hours, when you work, despite not wanting to, when you keep going, despite wanting to quit, when you choose discipline over comfort, growth over pleasure, your future over your present feelings. Once that foundation is solid, you can build anything on it. You can achieve anything. You can become anything. But it starts in the shadows, with the work no one sees. Stop announcing your goals. Stop seeking validation for your dreams. Just work on them, silently, in the shadows. When no one's watching, when no one believes in you, when no one understands. Most people won't understand your dreams. They won't see your vision. They'll try to talk you out of it, tell you it's impossible, urge you to play it safe. But you're not most people. You're different. You're chosen. And chosen people don't need everyone's approval. They just work, in silence, in the shadows, with faith that their efforts will pay off. The shadows are where your character is forged. Anyone can work when they feel good, when conditions are perfect, when they're motivated, but it takes character to work when you don't feel like it, when everything's going wrong, in the shadows. Character sustains you when motivation fades. You can't keep choosing comfort and expect to grow. You can't keep avoiding challenges and expect to build strength. You can't keep waiting for perfect conditions and expect progress. Perfect conditions don't exist. Perfect timing doesn't exist. Perfect feelings don't exist. What exists is now, this moment, this opportunity to choose discomfort over comfort, growth over stagnation, action over excuses. If you make that choice consistently day after day, week after week, month after month, you'll look back a year from now and be stunned at how much you've changed, how much you've grown, what you've become. But it starts today, in this moment, when it's tough. So, what will you do? Will you keep making excuses? Will you keep waiting to feel good? Will you keep choosing comfort over growth? Or will you do it when it's tough? Will you push through the resistance? Will you prove you're stronger than your feelings? Will you become the person who does what needs to be done, no matter how they feel? The choice is yours, but make it now. Don't wait for tomorrow, next week, or next month. Do it now. Do it when it's tough. Do it especially when it's tough, because that's when it matters most. That's when champions are made. That's when lives are transformed. So get up, get moving, get started. And when it starts to feel unbearable, when you want to quit, when every part of you screams to stop, keep going, that's when the magic happens. That's when you become who you're destined to be. Do it when it's tough. That's the secret. That's the formula. That's the path. Let me share something that'll shatter every notion you hold about suffering. Folks rave about welcoming discomfort. They hype up adoring the hustle. They claim top achievers leap out of bed thrilled to endure. That's nonsense. I won't sugarcoat it like the rest. I don't relish pain. Enduring it sucks. Tackling it daily is downright brutal. And if anyone's boasting about loving a 5 a.m. alarm, they're fibbing or not from this planet. High performers don't grind through tough stuff for the thrill. They don't rise at dawn for the rush. They don't hit the gym for kicks. They don't cling to routines because they're a blast. They push forward because it's the sole path to progress, the only route to evolution, the only shot at transforming into the version of yourself that's required. But listen close. This insight will flip your world upside down. The spot you're standing in today and the destination you're chasing, just one connector links them. It's dubbed suffering, and you'll traverse it willing or not. The real dilemma: will you select your suffering, or will suffering dictate yours? Because the raw fact no one admits: you're neck deep in it already. This instant, you're merely acting like it's absent, the duo of sufferings. Allow me to reveal a revelation that'll stun you. There's a curve charting suffering and joy that rules your every breath, and the masses are clueless it even exists. Daily, you're picking between a pair of sufferings: the ache of routine or the sting of remorse, the hurt of motion or the drag of inertia, the burn of expansion or the rot of remaining stuck. Ponder this. Which hurts worse? Knocking out 50 push-ups or staring at your reflection in disgust? Which stings more? Dragging yourself up at 6 a.m. or hitting 30 and grasping you squandered your 20s? Which cuts deeper? Tackling a tough talk or harboring grudges for years? The crowd figures they're dodging hurt by opting for the soft road. Wrong. They're not evading it. They're just picking the uglier version. They're selecting the hurt that accrues fees, the hurt that swells relentlessly. You figure endless social media dives bring bliss? Nope. It's hurt masquerading as delight? You assume scarfing junk skips the ache? Wrong. It's swapping today's resolve for tomorrow's torment. You reckon slapping snooze feels cozy? Hardly. It's the daily dose of frailty straight to your skull. Here's the true shape of that suffering joy curve. Chase today's highs and tomorrow's lows multiply. Embrace today's lows and tomorrow's highs multiply. straightforward, savage, and utterly unavoidable. Authentic hurt versus illusory hurt. Craving the essence of genuine suffering? True hurt isn't grinding through the tough. True hurt is recognizing you ought to grind and skipping it. True hurt is endless rumination over execution. True hurt is devouring junk, then despising your choices. True hurt is clinging to toxic routines as they erode your world bit by bit. True hurt is postponing today for some mythical tomorrow. True hurt is binging self-improvement clips daily, yet never applying them. True hurt is pinpointing your fixes precisely and dodging them entirely. True hurt is querying an AI-like, "Why can't I execute? Why no transformation? What's wrong with me?" rather than simply executing. That's authentic suffering. That's the beast gnawing at you this very moment. The illusory hurt. Illusory hurt means cranking out 100 push-ups. Illusory hurt means rising with the sun. Illusory hurt means diving into books over feeds. Illusory hurt means prepping meals over delivery. Illusory hurt means crashing early instead of Netflix marathons till 2 a.m. That's not legit suffering, that's mere unease. And unease is the entry fee for your dream existence. Yet your psyche pulls a fast one. It amplifies the illusory hurt beyond the authentic. It renders 20 minutes of sweat feel insurmountable while hours of feeds glide by. It paints 30 minutes of pages as agony while 4 hours of screens feel innate. Your brain's wired for ease, which translates to frailty. It'll persuade you that discipline's tiny prick is intolerable while concealing regret's colossal buildup day by day. The connector. Grasp this fully. Your current locale and your aspired haven, distinct realms. Soul link, suffering, not pointless torment, not joyless misery. The suffering of resolve, the suffering of obligatory tasks amid reluctance. The suffering of prioritizing evolution over ease. The suffering of evolving into necessity over lingering as is. No bypassing it by air, no detour by water, no hack, no savior crafting a superior span. One sole passage from here to there, and it demands suffering. Yet, the typical move, they hover at the threshold, eyeing their goal, muttering, "Tomorrow's the day." Tomorrow morphs to next week, week to month to year, year to vague someday. All the while their existing hurt accrues penalties. The drag of unfitness stacks onto brokenness, skill voids onto routine lacks. Daily delay hikes the fare. But discipline suffering, it's bounded. Dawn's drag fades in 30 days to routine. Sweat's burn eases in 60 to preference. Pages over posts, a week's ache till it's favored. Remorse's suffering, eternal worsening hourly, the everyday suffering ledger. Here's a blueprint to overhaul it all. Your everyday suffering ledger. Each dawn you select sufferings to stake. Stake and resolve sufferings, compact, controllable, capped ones yielding returns, or remorse sufferings, ones that snowball daily, plundering tomorrow. Resolve stakes, alarm obedience over snooze betrayal, bed-making over chaos, nutritious prep over fast slop, 30-minute sweat over 30-minute doom scroll, 10 pages over streaming, tough talks over evasion, procrastinated tasks over fluff. Spot the pattern? Bite-sized, achievable, swapping instant ease for enduring wins, remorse stakes, extra bed hours laced with defeat, cluttered spaces clouding your head, slop that slugs and shames, aimless feeds while ambitions gather grime, ignorance as the globe advances, unresolved rifts toxifying bonds, dreams fading amid trivial bustle. These feel lighter now, but they're life wreckers. Failure's relentless accrual. the core, suffering's inevitable regardless. Will you curate it or surrender to it? Will it forge you or fracture you? Finite forge for expansion or endless fracture for remorse? Why your now existence already aches. Pause the self-deception. Scrutinize your reality. Truly, does it match your vision? Truthfully, likely not. That chasm, pure suffering. You're immersed in it presently, merely masking it as routine, unfit's drag, penniless pinch, skill drought, potential squander, capability awareness unmet by motion, peers thriving in your dream while you spectate, repeated blunders on loop, hated loops unbreakable. That's suffering, raw, spirit-shattering, and it's yours now. Yet its steadiness, its familiarity, its creep make it invisible. You label it life, normal, universal. It's not. Those with your desires endured it too, but they named it, swapped it for superior suffering, traded remorse for resolve, inertia for expansion, frailty for fortitude, the setup rendering suffering unavoidable. Most miss this on suffering and resolve. Willpower's no anchor. It's finite. It fatigues. It crumbles at crunch time. Savvy souls skip willpower bets. They craft surroundings where smart picks flow, dumb ones vanish. Early rise, alarm afar, forcing feet to floor. Sweat session, gym gear to bed, bag by exit, skipping demands more effort than showing. Clean eats, banish junk. Sunday batch prep for hunger's call. More reads, phone exiled, tome bedside, feed halt, app nukes. Yeah, delete. Excuses incoming, ignore. Productivity push, sight blocks. Distraction lockers for focus blocks. Aim, resolve simpler than sloth. Smart the default, wrong needs sweat, truth. Exhaustion stress feels trump logic. Least resistance rules, so rig it toward triumph. Fools rig for flop, then puzzle persistence. Counter sweets, diet derails. Bedside buzz, dawn dodges. Sloth circles, motivation mysteries. Surroundings out muscle grit. Tune them, motivations moot. Picks automate, the now moment, why present stings. Life isn't a never-ending celebration. It's not about chasing fleeting pleasures, seeking comfort, or waiting for the perfect moment. Life is a battlefield, a relentless struggle against mediocrity, procrastination, and self-doubt. Every single day, you wake up with a choice. Surrender to the easy, ordinary existence that surrounds you, or rise up and wage war on your own limitations. Look around. The world is full of people who've abandoned their dreams for the mundane, trading their potential for temporary comfort and false security. They're walking corpses, zombies, drifting through life, convinced that someday, somehow, success will magically find them. But success isn't a destination you stumble upon. It's a grueling journey you forge with your own hands through blood, sweat, and unwavering determination. Comfort is the silent assassin of human potential. It's a sedative that dulls your ambition, a slow poison that kills dreams before they can take root. People wrap themselves in layers of excuses, crafting elaborate stories to justify their inaction. I'm not good enough, they whisper. I don't have the resources, they mutter. Maybe tomorrow, they lie to themselves day after day, year after year. But the universe doesn't reward wishful thinking. It rewards those who dare to step into the arena, who know that growth lies beyond comfort, and that pain is the currency of transformation. Every great achievement in history was born from discomfort, from individuals who rejected the status quo, who saw impossibility as a challenge, not a barrier. Your mind is a battlefield, more complex than any physical war zone. The enemy isn't external. It's the voice inside your head urging you to give up, to settle, to blend in with the ordinary masses. This internal dialogue is a master manipulator. weaving tales of fear and illusions that trap you in a mental prison. Here's the harsh truth. Most people lose this battle before it even begins. They let excuses, emotions, and fleeting feelings dictate their destiny. The world is full of people who are masters of intention, but strangers to action. They're experts at crafting grand plans, drawing beautiful roadmaps to success. But when it's time to act, they crumble. Social media is a breeding ground for these professional dreamers, people who spend more time curating the illusion of progress than making real strides. Every day, you envision yourself as the person you want to be, disciplined, focused, unstoppable. You see yourself rising before dawn, crushing workouts, devouring books, building an empire. But then the alarm rings, and suddenly every excuse becomes a fortress of comfort. I'm too tired, you whisper. I'll start tomorrow, you lie. And tomorrow never comes. This is the greatest tragedy of human potential. The gap between who you could be and who you're choosing to be right now. That gap is filled with excuses, fear, and the comfortable mediocrity that quietly kills dreams. The problem isn't that you don't know what to do, it's that you're waiting to feel ready. You've been conditioned to believe motivation is a magical force that will suddenly transform you. You're waiting for that perfect moment, that surge of inspiration, that Hollywood montage where everything clicks. But life doesn't work that way. Success isn't a lightning bolt, it's a relentless hammering away at your limitations. You will never feel ready. Not today, not tomorrow, not next year. Waiting to feel ready is the sneakiest form of procrastination, a psychological trick your mind plays to keep you safe, small, and stagnant. Discipline isn't about feeling like it. It's about doing it anyway. It's about showing up when every fiber of your being wants to quit. It's about making commitments to yourself and honoring them, no matter how you feel. Feelings are temporary. Discipline is permanent. Feelings are clouds passing through the sky of your mind. Discipline is the sky itself, vast, unchanging, powerful. Stop lying to yourself. Stop waiting for motivation. Motivation is unreliable. It comes and goes like a fickle friend, showing up when things are easy and vanishing when they get tough. Motivation is the sugar rush of personal development, a quick, exciting spike that leaves you crashing moments later. But discipline? Discipline is a weapon, a mindset, a force. It's not something you wait for. It's something you forge through consistent action. Discipline is saying no to the voice of comfort. It's doing the work when no one's watching. It's the difference between who you are and who you could be. Let's be real. Discipline isn't fun. It's not comfortable. It's not easy. In fact, it's the opposite of everything your brain is wired to seek. Your brain is built for survival, for conserving energy, for taking the path of least resistance. It's a comfort-seeking machine that will always try to shield you from pain, challenge, and growth. Every moment of your existence is a battle between who you are and who you could become. Your primitive brain wages psychological warfare against your potential, whispering lies of comfort. Rest a little more, it says. You deserve a break. One more episode. Tomorrow will be different. But tomorrow is never different when you let your mind control the narrative. Discipline is about declaring war on your own weaknesses. It's about recognizing that comfort is the slow poison that kills dreams, that mediocrity is a cancer that spreads through inaction and compromise. Growth happens at the edge of your comfort zone, in those moments when every part of you screams to stop, to retreat, to give up. Your comfort zone is a beautiful prison, decorated with the illusion of safety, lined with familiar routines, guarded by walls of fear. But make no mistake, it's still a prison. The only key to freedom is the relentless pursuit of discipline. Failure isn't just a moment, it's a lifestyle. It's not a single event, but the cumulative result of thousands of small choices. Every time you choose comfort over challenge, hit snooze, or scroll mindlessly instead of working on your goals, you're not just failing a task, you're failing yourself. If you think discipline is hard, try regret. Try waking up one day realizing you've wasted years being weak, lazy, and undisciplined. Regret is a merciless teacher. It doesn't just teach, it haunts. It's the ghost of all the possibilities you killed with your excuses, your fear, your inaction. Regret is the most expensive currency in the world, paid in sleepless nights, silent desperation, and the crushing weight of unrealized potential. Imagine yourself 10 years from now, looking back at this moment. What will you see? A warrior who fought their limitations, who turned pain into power, or a victim too afraid to challenge themselves, too comfortable to chase greatness? You have two choices. Suffer the pain of discipline, waking up early, training your body, controlling your emotions, delaying gratification, or suffer the pain of regret, knowing you could have been more, done more, achieved more. Discipline is not about perfection. It's about progress. It's about becoming 1% better every day. Understanding that greatness is a journey, not a destination. Your body is not just a vessel. It's your primary weapon in the war against mediocrity. It's the physical embodiment of your potential, the tangible representation of your inner strength, the most powerful tool you'll ever own. Yet most people treat their body like a disposable commodity, a rental car driven into the ground with no respect for its capabilities. Your physical state is the foundation of every aspect of your life, your career, your relationships, your dreams. They all rise or fall based on the energy, discipline, and potential you've cultivated within your body. Modern society is an ecosystem of physical decay, convenience foods, sedentary lifestyles, endless digital distractions. These aren't just inconveniences. They're weapons of mass destruction targeting human potential. Each processed meal, each hour of mindless scrolling, each missed workout is a nail in the coffin of your greatness. Your body is a high-performance machine. Would you put low-grade fuel in a Ferrari? Would you compromise a fighter jet's performance? Your body is the most complex, sophisticated piece of engineering in the universe, and too many treat it like trash. Physical discipline is the cornerstone of all other forms of discipline. It's the first battleground where you learn to conquer yourself. Every morning, when that alarm rings, you face your first choice. Be a warrior or a victim. Be in control or surrender to comfort. Your body is a weapon, and like any weapon, it needs maintenance, training, and sharpening. Stop hitting snooze. The moment that alarm sounds, you're in a fight. Not with the clock, not with the day, but with yourself. Every time you hit snooze, you're telling yourself comfort matters more than your potential. 5 a.m. isn't just a time. It's a mindset, a declaration of war against mediocrity. Train your body. Build strength, endurance, resilience. Physical training isn't about looking good, it's about becoming unbreakable. Every rep, every mile, every drop of sweat is a statement, proof to yourself that you can push beyond your limits. Muscles are forged in the moments when you want to quit. Strength isn't given, it's earned through relentless effort. Your workout is a metaphor for life. The bar doesn't care about your excuses. The weights don't negotiate. They expose your weaknesses, challenge your limits, and force you to become more than you were yesterday. Eat with purpose. Fuel your body like a machine, not a landfill. Your nutrition is your ammunition. Every meal is a choice between building or destroying yourself. Processed foods, sugar, mindless eating, these aren't just poor choices. They're acts of self-sabotage. Food is information. Every bite sends a message to your cells, your hormones, your entire system. Are you sending a message of strength, growth, and potential, or one of surrender, weakness, and slow destruction? A weak body equals a weak mind. This isn't just philosophy, it's biology. Your physical state directly impacts your mental state. depression, lack of motivation, brain fog. These are often symptoms of physical neglect. When you train your body, you're not just building muscle, you're building mental resilience, rewiring your brain's neural pathways, creating a feedback loop of discipline, success, and unstoppable potential. Every workout is a meditation. Every healthy meal is an act of self-respect. Every early morning is a battle won against your own weakness. Your mind is not just a battlefield, it's the entire war zone of your existence. Every thought is a soldier, every belief a strategic point, every emotion a potential weapon or weakness. Most people are unaware they're losing this war before it begins, conquered by their own thoughts, enslaved by their internal narrative. The human mind is the most powerful instrument in the universe. It can imagine galaxies, solve impossible problems, overcome insurmountable challenges. Yet most people use this extraordinary machine like a rusty bicycle, never realizing its true potential, never maintaining its incredible capabilities. Your thoughts aren't passive, they're active creators of your reality, the architects of your future, the sculptors of your destiny. Every thought you entertain either builds your empire or destroys your potential. There are no neutral thoughts. Every internal dialogue either moves you toward greatness or drags you deeper into mediocrity. If you lose the battle in your mind, you lose everywhere. Stop negative self-talk. You're not weak. You're not a failure. You're in control. Negative self-talk is psychological terrorism, a constant bombardment of doubt, fear, and limitation you inflict on yourself. Would you let an external enemy speak to you the way you speak to yourself? Would you tolerate someone telling you you're not good enough, not strong enough, not capable enough? Your internal dialogue is a sacred space. Guard it fiercely. Challenge every limiting belief. Interrogate your doubts. Destroy the narratives that keep you small. Focus on action, not emotions. You will feel tired, lazy, unmotivated. Do it anyway. Emotions are visitors. They come and go. They're not your masters. They're signals. Feeling tired isn't a stop sign. Feeling unmotivated isn't a decree. They're just information. The moment you let emotions dictate your actions, you surrender your power. True strength isn't about never feeling weak. It's about acting despite it. Motivation follows action, not the other way around. Every time you push through, you're building a neural pathway of discipline, training your brain to understand that feelings are temporary, but commitment is permanent. Master consistency. The real winners show up every day, even when they don't feel like it. Consistency isn't glamorous or exciting. It doesn't make viral social media posts. It's the quiet, relentless force that separates legends from ordinary people. It's doing the work when no one's watching, with no applause, no immediate rewards. Champions aren't created in moments of glory, they're forged in the mundane moments of daily commitment. The person who writes 500 words daily will outwrite the one waiting for inspiration. The athlete who trains consistently will outperform the one who trains sporadically. Consistency is a superpower, the compound interest of personal development. Small, seemingly insignificant actions, repeated daily, create extraordinary results. If you control your mind, you control your world. This isn't hyperbole, it's a fundamental truth. Your mind is the control center of your reality, shaping your perceptions, reactions, and opportunities. Mastering your mind isn't just self-improvement, it's rewriting the code of your existence. Mental discipline turns your mind from a chaotic battlefield into a precision instrument of creation and achievement. Emotions are the most powerful and dangerous technology in the human system. Raw, unpredictable energy that can destroy or empower. Most people are puppets to their emotions, dancing to a tune they didn't choose. Watch humanity. A critical comment, an unexpected challenge, a moment of pressure, and they lose control. Their emotions become a runaway train, destroying relationships, opportunities, and dreams. Most people are slaves to their emotions. An insult, mere sound waves carrying someone else's opinion, becomes a weapon. They let words penetrate their psychological armor, shaking their sense of self. A disciplined person knows external validation or criticism is irrelevant. Your worth isn't defined by someone else's limited perception. When someone tries to provoke you, they're revealing their own weaknesses, not yours. A master of emotional discipline doesn't get offended. They get curious. They analyze, understanding that emotional reactivity is the lowest form of intelligence. When someone doubts you, they're not stopping you. They're fueling you. Doubt is universal. The difference between winners and losers isn't the absence of doubt, it's the response. Weak people see doubt as a stop sign. Disciplined warriors see it as a challenge, a spark to prove them wrong. Your success becomes a statement, each achievement a silent response to every doubter. When life gets hard, most people break. But hardship isn't an obstacle, it's the path. Every great achievement was born through resistance, difficulty, and impossible circumstances. The emotionally disciplined see hardship as training, a gym to build emotional muscle. Each challenge is a chance to prove what you're made of. Learn to detach from emotions. Discipline is about staying steady, no matter what happens. Emotional detachment isn't about becoming a robot, it's about becoming a strategic master of your internal state. Emotions are signals, not commands. The ability to observe them without being consumed is the highest form of intelligence. You are the sky, vast and unchanging. Emotions are merely passing clouds. Acknowledge them, understand them, but don't become them. Stay calm, stay focused, stay dangerous. This isn't just a phrase, it's an operational manual for excellence. Calmness is strength. Focus is precision. Being dangerous means being unpredictable, unbreakable, unstoppable. Emotional discipline transforms you from a reactive being into a proactive creator. You stop responding to life and start commanding it. You become the author of your story, not a character written by circumstances. People think discipline is restrictive, that it means no fun, no enjoyment, no life. This is the greatest misunderstanding of human potential. Discipline isn't a prison. It's the ultimate liberation. It's the destruction of everything holding you back, everything keeping you small, everything preventing you from becoming your truest, most powerful self. It's about dismantling false narratives, comfort zones, and mediocre patterns suffocating your potential. Look at the world. Instant gratification, social media, fast food, endless entertainment, constant distractions. These aren't conveniences. They're traps designed to keep you weak, docile, controllable. They promise freedom but deliver slavery. They offer comfort but create weakness. They provide temporary pleasure, but steal your long-term potential. The masses think they're free because they can do whatever they want, whenever they want. But true freedom is the ability to do what you need to do, when it needs to be done, regardless of how you feel. Discipline is the highest form of freedom. If you have discipline over your time, you have the freedom to build the life you want. Time is the most democratic resource. Everyone gets 24 hours. The difference between greatness and mediocrity isn't talent, luck, or circumstances. It's time management. Disciplined people don't spend time. They invest it. Most are prisoners of time, reacting to notifications, distractions, impulses, letting external forces dictate their schedule, focus, and trajectory. A disciplined person transforms time into a canvas, every minute a strategic tool for creation, growth, and meaning. If you have discipline over your body, you have the freedom to be strong and healthy. Your body isn't just a physical entity. It's your vehicle for experience, your instrument for interacting with the world. Lack of physical discipline doesn't just mean being out of shape, it limits your capacity for adventure, for living fully. When you're disciplined with your body, you're not just building muscle or losing weight, you're creating a resilient instrument that can handle life's challenges, expanding your capacity for joy, challenge, and limitless living. If you have discipline over your mind, you have the freedom to be unshakable. Mental discipline is the ultimate superpower in a world designed to distract, manipulate, and control. The ability to maintain focus, choose your thoughts, and stay calm under pressure is a revolutionary act. Your mind can be your greatest ally or your most dangerous enemy. Disciplined people don't just think, they think strategically. They don't react, they respond with precision, turning challenges into opportunities, setbacks into setups for a comeback. Without discipline, you're a prisoner to bad habits, distractions, and weakness. With discipline, you're unstoppable. This isn't motivational rhetoric. It's a fundamental truth. Discipline is the process of removing everything that's not essential, not meaningful, not aligned with your highest self. Every act of discipline is an act of freedom. Every choice of long-term potential over short-term pleasure is a declaration of war against mediocrity. Every time you say no to distraction, push beyond comfort, or choose growth over ease, you're writing your liberation story. Discipline isn't about perfection, it's about progress. It's about becoming slightly better every day, understanding that freedom isn't the absence of restriction, but the presence of purposeful action. This is your moment, right now, not tomorrow, not next week. Life doesn't wait. Your goals don't wait. Your dreams don't wait. Every second you hesitate, someone else is grinding, pushing past their pain, fears, and doubts while you wait for the right time. There is no right time. There's only now. You can keep making excuses, staying weak, settling for average, or you can take control, build discipline, and become unbreakable. The choice is yours. No more waiting, no more excuses, no more weakness. It's time to unleash your full potential. It's time to prove to yourself you can be great. Who will you be? A slave to weakness or a master of discipline? No one's coming to save you. No one's building your dream for you. No one's forcing you to be disciplined. This is your battle, and only you can fight it. Every hesitation, every excuse, every choice of comfort over growth is a choice to stay the same, to stay weak. But you weren't born to be weak. You weren't born to live in fear, in chains, or to let life control you. You were born to conquer. You were born to rise. Make the choice right now. Commit to the path of discipline. Commit to your future self. And when you do, never look back. Let me hit you with a truth that's going to shatter everything you believe about pain. Everyone's out there preaching about embracing the struggle, loving the hustle, or how the most successful people leap out of bed, thrilled to suffer. That's nonsense. I'm not here to feed you lies like the rest. I don't love pain. Enduring pain is tough. Grinding through it day after day is even tougher. And if someone claims they love waking up at 5 a.m., they're either not telling the truth or they're not human. Successful people don't do hard things because they enjoy them. They don't rise early because it's delightful. They don't hit the gym because it's a blast. They don't stick to their routines because it feels great. They do it because it's the only path to progress. It's the only way to evolve. It's the only way to become the person they're destined to be. But here's the game changer. The insight that will transform your life forever. The gap between where you stand today and where you dream of being, there's only one way across it. That way is a bridge called pain. You're going to cross that bridge whether you want to or not. The real question is this: will you choose your pain, or will pain choose you? Because here's the raw truth no one wants to admit. You're already in pain. Right now, you're just pretending you're not. The two kinds of pain. Let me reveal something that will blow your mind. There's a hidden graph of pain and pleasure that controls your entire life, and most people don't even realize it exists. Every day, you're faced with a choice between two types of pain: the pain of discipline or the pain of regret, the pain of action or the pain of staying stuck. The pain of growth, or the pain of remaining exactly where you are? Let's break it down. What hurts more? Doing 50 push-ups or staring in the mirror, despising what you see? What's worse, waking up at 6 a.m. or hitting 30 and realizing you squandered your 20s? What's more agonizing? Having a tough conversation or carrying resentment for years? Most people think they're dodging pain by taking the easy road. They're wrong. They're not avoiding pain. They're choosing the worst kind. They're picking pain that compounds with interest, growing heavier every day. You think scrolling social media for hours is fun? It's not. It's pain masquerading as pleasure. You think eating junk food is escaping pain? Wrong again. It's trading short-term comfort for long-term suffering. You think hitting snooze feels good? It doesn't. It's the pain of knowing you're weak, delivered fresh to your mind every morning. Here's what the pain-pleasure graph really shows. The more pleasure you chase today, the more pain you'll face tomorrow. The more pain you embrace today, the more pleasure you'll earn tomorrow. It's that straightforward. It's that harsh. And it's non-negotiable. Real pain versus fake pain. Want to know what real pain is? It's not doing hard things. Real pain is knowing you should do hard things and choosing not to. Real pain is overthinking instead of acting. Real pain is eating junk and then hating yourself for it. Real pain is letting bad habits slowly erode your life. Real pain is waiting for tomorrow when you could start today. Real pain is watching endless self-help videos but never helping yourself. Real pain is knowing exactly what you need to do and doing everything but that. Real pain is searching online for answers like why can't I take action? Why don't I change? What's wrong with me? Instead of just doing something. That's real pain. That's the pain eating you alive right now. Now let's talk about fake pain. Fake pain is doing 100 push-ups. Fake pain is waking up early. Fake pain is choosing a book over your phone. Fake pain is cooking a healthy meal instead of ordering takeout. Fake pain is going to bed on time instead of binging Netflix until 2 a.m. That's not real pain, that's just discomfort. And discomfort is the entry fee to the life you want. But your mind plays a cruel trick. It makes the fake pain feel massive while downplaying the real pain. It makes 20 minutes of exercise feel unbearable, but 3 hours of scrolling feel effortless. It makes reading for 30 minutes feel like torture, while 4 hours of TV feels natural. Your brain is wired to keep you comfortable, which means it's wired to keep you weak. It will convince you that the small sting of discipline is unbearable, while hiding the crushing weight of regret piling up daily. The bridge, listen closely. Where you are right now and where you want to be are like two separate worlds. There's only one way to travel between them, a bridge called pain. Not pointless suffering, not misery for misery's sake, but the pain of discipline. The pain of doing what needs to be done, even when you don't feel like it. The pain of choosing growth over comfort. The pain of becoming the person you're meant to be, instead of staying who you are. There's no shortcut. You can't fly over it. You can't swim around it. You can't wait for someone to build an easier bridge. The only path to your dreams runs straight through pain. Most people stand at the edge of this bridge, staring at their dream life on the other side, and say, "I'll cross it tomorrow." Tomorrow turns into next week. Next week becomes next month. Next month becomes next year. Next year becomes someday. All the while, they're paying interest on their current pain. The pain of being unhealthy compounds. The pain of being broke compounds. The pain of having no skills compounds. The pain of lacking discipline compounds. Every day you delay crossing the bridge, the toll gets steeper. But here's the beautiful part about discipline pain. It's temporary. The pain of waking up early fades after about 30 days when it becomes routine. The pain of working out eases after 60 days when you start to enjoy it. The pain of reading instead of scrolling vanishes after a week when you realize you love it. The pain of regret, that lasts forever, and it grows worse every day. Your daily pain portfolio. Let me give you a framework that will revolutionize your life. Your daily pain portfolio. Every day you choose which pains to invest in. You can pick discipline pains, small, manageable, temporary pains that yield massive returns. Or you can pick regret pains, pains that compound daily and steal your future. Discipline pains look like this: waking up when your alarm rings instead of hitting snooze, making your bed instead of leaving it a mess, cooking a healthy meal instead of grabbing fast food, working out for 30 minutes instead of scrolling for 30 minutes, reading 10 pages instead of watching Netflix, having that tough conversation instead of dodging it, tackling the work you've been procrastinating instead of doing meaningless tasks. Notice something? These pains are small. They're doable. They're about trading short-term ease for long-term rewards. Regret pains look like this: staying in bed an extra hour and feeling like a failure. Living in a cluttered space that drags down your mental clarity. Eating food that leaves you sluggish and guilty. Scrolling mindlessly while your dreams gather dust. Staying ignorant while the world passes you by. Letting unresolved conflicts poison your relationships. Watching your goals die while you stay busy with pointless tasks. These pains feel easier in the moment, but they're silently destroying your life. They're the compound interest of failure. The secret is this: pain is inevitable. The question is whether you'll choose pain that builds you up or pain that breaks you down. Pain that's finite and leads to growth, or pain that's endless and leads to regret. Why your life hurts already? Stop kidding yourself for a moment and take a hard look at your life. Is it where you want it to be? If you're honest, the answer is probably no. That gap between where you are and where you want to be, that's pain. You're living in pain right now. You're just so used to it that you don't notice. The pain of being out of shape, the pain of being broke, the pain of having no skills, the pain of wasting your potential, the pain of knowing you're capable of more but doing nothing about it. The pain of watching others live the life you want. The pain of repeating the same mistakes over and over. The pain of being trapped in habits you hate but can't break. That's real, soul-crushing pain, and it's happening to you right now. But because it's constant, because it's familiar, because it creeps up slowly, you don't see it as pain. You think it's just life. You think it's normal. You think everyone feels this way. They don't. The people who have what you want felt this pain too, but they recognized it for what it was. They chose to trade the pain of regret for the pain of discipline. They swapped the pain of stagnation for the pain of growth. They exchanged the pain of weakness for the pain of becoming strong. When the environment trap. Here's something most people miss about pain and discipline. You can't rely on willpower alone. Willpower is finite. It gets exhausted. It fails when you need it most. Smart people don't lean on willpower. They design their environment to make good choices inevitable and bad choices impossible. Want to wake up early? Don't put your alarm next to your bed. Put it across the room so you have to get up to turn it off. Want to work out? Sleep in your gym clothes? Keep your workout bag by the door. Make skipping the workout harder than doing it. Want to eat healthy? Clear your kitchen of junk food. Prep healthy meals on Sunday so they're ready when you're hungry. Want to read more? Leave your phone in another room and keep a book on your nightstand. Want to stop scrolling? Delete the apps. Yes, delete them. I know you're hesitating. I know you'll make excuses. Delete them anyway. Want to be productive? Block distracting websites. Use apps that lock you out of social media during work hours. The goal is to make discipline easier than laziness. Make the right choice the obvious choice. Make the wrong choice the hard one. Because here's the reality. When you're tired, stressed, or emotional, you won't make great decisions. You'll take the path of least resistance. So design your environment to ensure that path leads where you want to go. Most people set up their lives to fail and then wonder why they keep failing. They leave snacks on the counter and wonder why they can't stick to a diet. They keep their phone by their bed and wonder why they can't wake up early. They surround themselves with unmotivated people and wonder why they can't stay driven. Your environment is stronger than your willpower. Shape it right, and you won't need to rely on motivation. The right choices will become second nature. The pain of being present. Here's a truth no one talks about. Being present hurts. Your mind doesn't want to be here, dealing with what's right in front of you. It wants to escape. It wants to dream about a perfect future. It wants to dwell on a past that makes sense. It wants to fantasize about things that will never happen. It wants to scroll through other people's lives instead of living yours. Being present means facing reality. And reality's often uncomfortable. Reality might be that you're out of shape and the workout is grueling. Reality might be that you have work to do and no desire to do it. Reality might be that you need to have a hard conversation and you're terrified. Reality might be that you're lonely, anxious, confused, or overwhelmed. Your mind offers countless escapes from reality. Social media, Netflix, alcohol, food, gaming, shopping, overthinking problems instead of solving them. Planning endlessly instead of acting, learning constantly instead of doing. These escapes feel better in the moment, but they're not better. They're just delaying the pain. They're adding interest to the bill. Being present means accepting what's real and tackling it head on. It means feeling your emotions instead of numbing them. It means confronting your problems instead of avoiding them. It means doing the work instead of just thinking about it. This is painful, but it's the only way forward. Every moment you spend escaping reality is a moment you're not building the life you want. Every minute you avoid discomfort is a minute you're not growing. Every day you run from pain is a day you're choosing a worse kind of pain. The action barrier. Most people think their problem is not knowing what to do. That's a lie. Your problem is not doing what you already know you need to do. You know you should wake up early. You know you should exercise. You know you should eat better. You know you should read more. You know you should spend less time on your phone. You know you should work on your goals instead of scrolling. Knowledge isn't your issue. Action is. Taking action hurts because it means giving up the cozy illusion that you'll do it later. It means facing the fact that you've been making excuses. It means admitting that you haven't changed because you haven't wanted it badly enough. Taking action is painful because it means taking responsibility. It means acknowledging that your life is the result of your choices. It means letting go of the victim mindset that blames your circumstances on someone else. Taking action is painful because it means risking failure, trying something you might suck at, putting yourself out there to be judged, rejected, or mocked. But not taking action, that's far worse. Not taking action means staying stuck. It means watching others live the life you want. It means going to bed every night knowing you could have done more. It means looking back on your life with what ifs. The pain of action is sharp but fleeting. The pain of inaction is dull but permanent. The compound effect of pain. Let me share something that will both scare you and fire you up. Pain compounds. Every day you skip the gym, you get weaker. Every day you eat junk, your health declines. Every day you waste time, you fall further behind. Every day you avoid tough conversations, your relationships weaken. Every day you procrastinate on your goals, they get harder to reach. This is the compound interest of pain. It starts small, but it grows every day. But here's the flip side. Discipline compounds too. Every day you exercise, you get stronger. Every day you eat well, your health improves. Every day you do focused work, you get closer to your goals. Every day you tackle tough conversations, your relationships strengthen. Every day you practice discipline, it gets easier. The question is, which compound interest do you want working for you? Most people choose the compound interest of pain because it feels easier in the moment. They hit snooze because it feels better than getting up. They eat junk because it tastes better than healthy food. They scroll because it's more entertaining than reading. But compound interest doesn't care about the short term. It plays the long game. And in the long game, those who choose the compound interest of discipline always come out ahead. Think of it this way. Every choice you make is a vote for the person you want to become. Every time you choose discipline over comfort, you're voting to become disciplined. Every time you choose growth over stagnation, you're voting to become successful. Every time you choose action over procrastination, you're voting to become someone who gets things done. But every time you choose comfort over discipline, you're voting to stay weak. Every time you choose stagnation over growth, you're voting to stay unsuccessful. Every time you choose procrastination over action, you're voting to stay someone who doesn't follow through. Your life today is the result of all the votes you've cast. If you don't like the outcome, start voting differently. The social sting. Here's something no one warns you about. When you start to change, the people around you might try to hold you back. Not because they're bad, but because your growth makes them uncomfortable. Your discipline shines a light on their lack of discipline. Your progress highlights their stagnation. Your action exposes their excuses. When you start waking up early, they'll call you extreme. When you start working out, they'll say you're obsessed. When you stop drinking, they'll say you're boring. When you choose books over TV, they'll call you antisocial. This hurts. It hurts to realize that the people closest to you might not cheer for your growth. It hurts to outgrow relationships that no longer align with who you're becoming. It hurts to be misunderstood by people whose opinions matter to you. But this pain is necessary. It's the cost of becoming who you're meant to be. You have two options. Stay small to keep others comfortable or grow and risk making them uneasy. You can dim your light so others don't feel bad about their darkness, or you can shine brightly and inspire them to find their own light. The people who truly care about you will support your growth, even if they don't get it. Those who try to hold you back are revealing something about themselves, not you. This doesn't mean you should be smug or judgmental. It doesn't mean you should look down on people who make different choices, but it does mean you can't let their discomfort stop you from growing. Sometimes the most loving thing you can do is show others what's possible. Sometimes the best way to help them is to become the best version of yourself first. 3. Mental models to master pain. Let me share 3 mental models that will reshape how you view pain. Mental model number 1, pain is information. Pain isn't your enemy, it's a signal. Physical pain tells you something's wrong with your body. Emotional pain tells you something's off in your life. Mental pain tells you your thinking needs adjustment. When you feel the pain of being out of shape, your body is screaming for exercise. When you feel the pain of being broke, your life is urging you to build valuable skills. When you feel the pain of loneliness, your heart is begging you to nurture relationships. Don't run from pain. Listen to it. What's it telling you? What's it pushing you to change? Most people treat pain like a foe to defeat. Wise people treat it like a teacher to learn from. Mental model number 2, pain is currency. Think of pain like money. You're going to spend it one way or another. You can spend the pain of discipline now or the pain of regret later. You can spend the pain of hard work now or the pain of poverty later. You can spend the pain of tough conversations now or the pain of broken relationships later. The difference? Discipline pain is an investment. It pays off. Regret pain is a waste. It costs everything and gives nothing back. Smart people know pain is currency and spend it strategically. They invest their pain in things that build a better future, not things that ruin it. Mental model number 3, pain is temporary. Quitting is permanent. Every discipline pain you face is temporary. The pain of waking up early fades once you're up. The pain of a workout ends when you're done. The pain of eating healthy disappears as you adjust. But quitting, that's permanent. The pain of being out of shape lasts until you act. The pain of being broke persists until you build skills. The pain of lacking discipline lingers until you practice it. Temporary pain for permanent gain, or temporary comfort for permanent pain. Which sounds like a better deal? The science of strength. Here's what happens when you push through physical pain. Like during exercise, your muscles break down, then rebuild stronger. The pain is the process of becoming stronger. Your mind works the same way. When you push through mental discomfort, doing things you don't want to do, resisting temptation, you're building mental muscle. You're strengthening willpower. You're carving neural pathways that make discipline easier over time. But here's the catch. This process requires recovery. Just like muscles need rest to grow, your mind needs rest to build discipline. That's why you start small. That's why you build habits gradually. That's why you celebrate small wins. If you try to go from 0 to perfect discipline overnight, you'll burn out. Your willpower will collapse instead of grow. You'll quit and convince yourself you're just not a disciplined person. But if you build discipline step by step, starting with small challenges and giving yourself time to recover, you'll develop real strength. You'll become someone who can handle bigger challenges. Think of discipline like a muscle. You wouldn't try to bench 300 pounds on your first gym day. You'd start with a weight you can lift and increase it over time. Discipline is the same. Start with something manageable. Making your bed, doing 10 push-ups, reading for 10 minutes, putting your phone away during meals. Once that feels easy, level up. Add more push-ups. Read longer. Extend the phone-free time. Keep building the muscle. Consistency beats intensity. Small, daily actions trump big, weekly efforts. Build the habit first, then scale the challenge. Your daily pain menu. Here's a practical tool you can use starting today. Your daily pain menu. Every morning, pick 3 types of pain to tackle. Physical pain. Something that challenges your body. Take a cold shower, do a workout, walk instead of driving, take the stairs instead of the elevator. Stand instead of sitting, stretch when you're stiff. Mental pain. Something that challenges your mind. Read instead of scrolling. Learn a new skill. Tackle your hardest task first. Have a tough conversation. Make a decision you've been avoiding. Face a problem you've been ignoring. Emotional pain. Something that pushes your comfort zone. Say no to something you don't want to do. Say yes to something that scares you. Express your true opinion, set a boundary, admit you were wrong, apologize when needed. Pick one from each category daily. Don't aim for the hardest things. Don't try to be perfect. Choose something slightly uncomfortable and do it. The goal isn't to suffer, it's to build your tolerance for discomfort. It's to prove you can handle hard things. It's to build confidence by keeping promises to yourself. Start small. Gain momentum. Trust the process. The 30-day pain challenge. Here's your mission for the next 30 days. This isn't optional. This isn't a suggestion. This is a challenge, and challenges are meant to be accepted. For the next 30 days, do one hard thing every day before 10 a.m. Not because you feel like it, not because you're motivated, but because you committed to it. This hard thing doesn't need to be massive, just something you'd normally avoid. Maybe it's making that call you've been dodging, cleaning the space you've been neglecting, doing the workout you've skipped, writing the email you've put off, having the conversation you've dreaded, or tackling the task you've procrastinated. Do it before 10 a.m. Why? Because your willpower is strongest in the morning. By tackling the hard thing first, you prove to yourself you're capable. You start the day with a win. You build momentum for everything else. After 30 days, something incredible will happen. Hard things won't feel so hard. Your tolerance for discomfort will grow, your confidence will soar, your belief in yourself will solidify. Most importantly, you'll realize the pain of discipline isn't that bad. It's just unfamiliar. And once it's familiar, it's manageable. Once it's manageable, it becomes automatic. The truth about comfort zones. Your comfort zone isn't comfortable. It's just familiar. Is being out of shape comfortable? Is being broke comfortable? Is having no skills comfortable? Is wasting your potential comfortable? Is living below your capabilities comfortable? Number. These things are painful. You've just gotten so used to the pain that you don't notice it anymore. Your comfort zone isn't a cozy haven. It's a prison where you've learned to tolerate pain that leads nowhere. Breaking out of your comfort zone isn't about trading comfort for discomfort. It's about trading useless pain for productive pain. It's about swapping the pain of stagnation for the pain of growth. It's about exchanging the pain of regret for the pain of effort. Pain is inevitable. The question is whether you want pain that builds you up or pain that tears you down. Pain that leads somewhere or pain that leads nowhere. Pain with purpose or pain without meaning. Why most people stay stuck. Most people never change because they're chasing a life without pain. They think success means never doing anything hard. They think happiness means never feeling stressed or challenged. They think the goal is a life of ease and comfort. That's not success. That's stagnation. That's the absence of growth, challenge, and meaning. The most successful people don't eliminate pain. They choose it wisely. They pick the pain that builds instead of the pain that destroys. They choose the pain of growth over the pain of staying stuck. They understand you can't escape pain, but you can give it purpose. You can't avoid discomfort, but you can make it meaningful. You can't eliminate difficulty, but you can choose difficulties that make you stronger. This is why most self-help fails. It promises a pain-free life. It claims that with the right mindset or strategy, everything will be effortless. That's a lie. Life isn't supposed to be effortless. It's supposed to be challenging and meaningful. The challenge is what gives it meaning. The difficulty is what makes it worthwhile. The final truth about pain. Pain isn't going away. You'll face it whether you're successful or not. You'll encounter challenges whether you're disciplined or not. You'll have tough days whether you're growing or stagnating. Your only choice is what kind of pain you want to face. Do you want the pain of pushing yourself to be better, or the pain of staying where you are? The pain of facing problems, or the pain of running from them? The pain of discipline, or the pain of regret? The amount of pain might be the same, but the purpose is different. One pain builds your character, the other erodes it. One pain creates your future, the other destroys it. One pain makes you stronger, the other makes you weaker. One pain you can take pride in, the other you have to hide from. You have two paths right now. Path 1, keep doing what you're doing. Keep choosing comfort over growth. Keep dodging the small pains of discipline and accepting the massive pains of regret. Keep pretending tomorrow you'll magically feel ready to change. Keep living below your potential and wondering why you're unfulfilled. This isn't the default. It's a choice. It's an active decision to stay weak, stuck, and small. Path 2. Start choosing your pain. Start doing one hard thing every day. Start building the discipline that will transform your life. Start proving to yourself you're capable of more. Start crossing the bridge between where you are and where you want to be. This is also a choice to grow, to struggle, to face discomfort for something bigger than momentary ease. Both paths involve pain. Both are hard. Only one leads to the life you want. Your challenge. I'm ending with a challenge, not a suggestion, not something to think about, but a direct, specific challenge to prove whether you're serious about change or just indulging in motivational fluff. Before you go to bed tonight, do 3 things. Write down one thing you've been avoiding because it's uncomfortable. Not something huge, something specific and doable. Maybe it's a phone call, cleaning your space, going for a run, or having a tough conversation. Write it down. Set your alarm for 30 minutes earlier than usual tomorrow. Not 2 hours, just 30 minutes. And place it across the room so you have to get up to turn it off. Do the thing you wrote down during those extra 30 minutes tomorrow morning. Don't overthink it. Don't negotiate. Don't make excuses. Just do it. That's it. 3 simple steps. But I guarantee 90% of people reading this won't follow through. They'll think about it, plan it, tell themselves they'll do it tomorrow, but they won't. What kind of person are you? Are you someone who consumes motivation but never acts? Or are you someone who takes challenges seriously and follows through? Are you someone who makes excuses about why today isn't the right day? Or are you someone who knows there's no perfect day, only today? Are you someone who chooses comfort and wonders why nothing changes? Or are you someone who chooses discomfort and watches everything change? The answer isn't in your thoughts. It's in your actions. Show me what you do in the next 24 hours, and I'll tell you who you are. Pain isn't your enemy. It's the bridge between who you are and who you want to be. You're going to cross it whether you like it or not. The only question is whether you'll choose your pain or let it choose you. Stop running from it. Start running toward it. Stop avoiding it. Start embracing it. Stop fearing it. Start wielding it. Because on the other side of that pain is everything you've ever wanted. But you'll never know unless you cross the bridge. The choice is yours. The time is now. The bridge is waiting. What are you going to do? The Ghost Protocol, the power of invisible transformation. There's a hidden tribe among us, moving silently through the world. You pass them on the street every day, yet they remain unseen. They don't broadcast their lives on social media. They don't flaunt their morning routines at cocktail parties. They don't wear their challenges as trophies or post their gym sessions as fleeting stories. They've mastered a skill most never grasp, the art of fading from distractions and shining in the presence of opportunity. While the world performs for likes and followers, these individuals have vanished from the spotlight entirely. They've gone ghost, not out of fear, not to escape life, but because they've unlocked a secret. The greatest transformations happen in silence, in the unseen corners, in the quiet spaces where no one's watching. They've learned that true power lies in the invisible realm. While others chase attention, they chase results. While others optimize for validation, they optimize for growth. While the crowd builds followings, they build themselves. These people have cracked a fundamental truth about human nature. The moment you publicize your transformation, you dilute its power. When you turn your growth into a performance, you stop living it. When you make your journey content, you become a character in a story, not a person becoming something greater. Today, I'm inviting you into this invisible revolution. I'm going to show you how to disappear from the noise so completely that when you re-emerge, you'll barely recognize yourself. This isn't about retreating from the world or becoming a recluse. It's about strategic invisibility, understanding that in a world where everyone shouts, the quiet voice pierces through. In a society obsessed with performance, authenticity is magnetic. In an era where everyone craves attention, true power belongs to those who cannot be distracted. Here's a truth I've uncovered after studying countless transformation journeys. The loudest talkers about change are often the ones who change the least. They proclaim their new diet on Monday with a lengthy post about how this time is different. Tuesday, they share gym selfies with hashtags about discipline. Wednesday, they craft captions about their why and their commitment. By Friday, they're back to old habits, already planning their next big announcement. This isn't a lack of willpower. It's not a character flaw. It's psychology at work. When you announce your goals, your brain rewards you with a dopamine hit, as if you've already succeeded. The likes and comments flood in, giving you validation for the intention, not the action. The announcement becomes a substitute for achievement. The planning replaces the doing. The talking drowns out the work. But there's a deeper issue at play. When you share your transformation publicly, you're not just seeking applause, you're handing over your accountability to people who don't truly care about your success. You're letting strangers judge your progress. You're turning your personal growth into a public spectacle. And here's the harsh reality. The same people who cheer your announcement will quietly relish your failure. Not because they're cruel, but because your stumble validates their own stagnation. It makes them feel better about not changing. The most dangerous phrase in personal growth isn't, "I'll try." It's, "I'm going to start." The moment you say it aloud, you've already lowered your odds of success. You've turned a private promise into a public performance. You've shifted from internal drive to external validation. The game changes from, "Can I do this?" to, "What will people think if I don't?" Ghost Protocol. Rule number 1. Never announce what you're building. Let your results speak for you. This doesn't mean you can't share your story later, but you share it after the transformation, not during the process. You reveal the destination, not the map. You show the masterpiece, not the brushstrokes. Think of a butterfly in its cocoon. It doesn't post updates about its metamorphosis. It doesn't beg for encouragement or advice. It transforms in silence. When it emerges, the world sees something entirely new. Your transformation deserves that same sacred space. Your growth deserves that same quiet protection. Every moment of your day, an invisible auction is taking place. Your attention is the prize, and you're not the bidder, you're the product. Advertisers spend billions to capture seconds of your focus. Social media platforms employ armies of psychologists and data scientists to keep your eyes glued to their screens. Entertainment giants use algorithms more advanced than those guiding spacecraft to Mars. News outlets craft headlines to hijack your emotions, fear, anger, outrage, all to monetize your attention. You think you're choosing what to focus on, but you're not. You're being harvested. Your attention is the crop, and you're both the farmer and the yield. Every notification is a bid for your mind. Every red dot is a tug at your focus. Every breaking news alert is a theft of your peace. Every memories to look back on prompt is an attempt to sell your present to your past. While you give your attention away for free, others use theirs to build empires. While you scroll through curated lives, they create content that captures more eyes. While you consume their thoughts, they sharpen their own. While you're entertained by their creativity, they're building skills that make them indispensable. While you worry about their opinions of you, they're too busy building their lives to care about yours. The people who've gone ghost have opted out of this auction. They've taken their attention off the market, made it untouchable, unbuyable. They've realized that in an attention economy, the person who controls their focus wins everything, and the person who loses it loses everything. This isn't about deleting apps or taking social media breaks. Those are band-aids on a deeper wound. It's about recognizing that your attention is your most precious asset, more valuable than time, money, or energy. And most people are giving it away to the highest bidder. Your attention shapes your thoughts shape your emotions shape your actions shape your destiny. Master your attention, and you master your life's trajectory. Lose it, and you lose everything else. The Ghost Protocol begins with reclaiming your mental real estate. It starts with understanding that every moment spent consuming someone else's content is a moment you're not creating your own. Every minute lost in someone else's algorithm is a minute you're not building your own system. Social media has turned us all into performers, but here's the truth. You're comparing your raw footage to everyone else's highlight reel. You see their vacations, not their debts. You see their promotions, not their panic attacks. You see their perfect relationships, not their midnight fights. You see their fitness transformations, not their dozens of failed attempts. You see their confident posts, not their insecurities. This comparison engine is designed to keep you feeling inadequate, so you keep scrolling, clicking, consuming. Dissatisfied people are profitable people. They stay online longer, chasing a sense of enough. But comparison isn't just a social media problem. It's become the operating system for how we judge our lives. Instead of measuring ourselves against who we were yesterday, we measure against someone else's curated today. Instead of tracking progress toward our own goals, we use metrics designed to make us feel behind. You're playing a game where the rules shift with every swipe, where success is defined by someone else's script. The ghost protocol means opting out of comparison entirely. Not by pretending it's unhealthy, but by stepping away from environments where it's unavoidable. Not by trying to feel good while scrolling, that's impossible, but by building a life so compelling you don't need to scroll for fulfillment. When you exit the comparison engine, you stop obsessing over others' lives and start focusing on what you're creating. You stop measuring your worth by likes and start measuring it by growth. You stop trying to impress strangers and start working to improve yourself. Here's a strange quirk of human psychology. The moment you perform an identity, you stop becoming it. When you post about being disciplined, you become less disciplined. When you talk about focus, you lose focus. When you share your productivity hacks, you produce less. This isn't because sharing is wrong, it's because performing steals energy from doing. Documenting takes time from building. Crafting an image burns mental resources that could fuel real growth. Every minute spent perfecting a post about your workout is a minute you're not working out. Every moment spent captioning your reading habit is a moment you're not reading. Every second spent curating an image of having it together is a second you're not actually getting it together. The Ghost Protocol flips this dynamic. Instead of performing the person you want to be, you focus on becoming them. Instead of looking successful, you build success. Instead of seeming disciplined, you cultivate discipline. While others spend 70% of their energy documenting their habits and 30% building them, you pour 100% into the building. While they optimize for perception, you optimize for reality. The result? You progress faster than those who appear to progress faster. Most people feel drained all the time. They blame their jobs, their schedules, their responsibilities. But the real culprits are energy leaks, invisible drains, sapping their vitality with no return. Leak number 1. Mental switching costs. Every task switch burns brain fuel. Every notification that breaks your focus costs energy to refocus. The average person checks their phone 96 times a day, once every 10 minutes. Each check is a micro decision, each refocus a cognitive tax. By day's end, you've spent your mental energy on transitions, not progress. Leak number 2. Emotional labor for strangers. Every annoying comment you read spikes your stress hormones. Every upsetting headline triggers your fight or flight response. Every online argument with strangers over issues that don't matter drains emotional energy that could fuel your relationships or goals. You're spending your heart on people who don't care, on problems you can't solve, on battles you can't win. Leak number 3. Decision fatigue from trivial choices. Your brain burns the same energy choosing a Netflix show as it does making life-changing decisions. Constant micro-decisions. What to eat, where, watch, exhaust your decision-making capacity before you reach choices that matter. Leak number 4, comparative analysis paralysis. Comparing your life to others runs constant background calculations. Am I ahead or behind? Should I be doing what they're doing? Why don't I have what they have? This mental chatter steals processing power that could improve your reality. The Ghost Protocol plugs these leaks systematically. Instead of managing time, you manage energy. Instead of doing more, you eliminate drains to have more fuel for what matters. When you stop bleeding energy on meaningless tasks, you unlock abundant energy for meaningful ones. Building in the basement. Every great breakthrough in history started in private. Einstein crafted relativity while working as a patent clerk, not lecturing at Harvard. The Wright brothers built the first airplane in a bike shop, not at a tech conference. Steve Jobs and Wozniak created Apple in a garage, not a boardroom. Marie Curie discovered radium in a shed, not a state-of-the-art lab. These weren't accidents. Private work is powerful because it's free from external pressure, premature judgment, or the need to justify your process. Your transformation needs a basement, a psychological space to experiment, fail, and iterate without an audience. A place to be terrible at something new without defending your right to be terrible. Most people skip the basement phase. They want instant success, to monetize their journey before it's complete, to teach what they're still learning. This creates problems. Problem number 1, premature exposure kills experimentation. Public work demands immediate success, stifling the risks needed for breakthroughs. Problem number 2, external feedback disrupts internal growth. Constant input from others drowns out your intuition, making you reliant on validation instead of your own standards. Problem number 3, performance drains development. Splitting energy between building skills and maintaining an image slows your progress. The Ghost Protocol embraces the basement phase. This is where the real work happens, repetitive, unglamorous, invisible. It's practicing the same exercise until your body owns it. It's rereading a concept until it clicks. It's honing a skill in private until it shines in public. It's choosing depth over flash, quality over quantity. Most can't handle basement work. It lacks instant gratification or applause. But those who transform find joy in the process, measure progress by internal growth, and stay committed when no one's watching. Treat your life like a laboratory. Scientists don't just experiment, they document. They track hypotheses, methods, results, failures. They treat setbacks as data, not defeat. Your transformation is an experiment, and you're both scientist and subject. Most people approach change like gamblers, trying something briefly, quitting when results don't come, never learning from their attempts. The Ghost Protocol demands you track everything, not just outcomes, but processes. Not just what happened, but why. For example, don't just note that you worked out, track when, how you felt, what you ate, how it affected your day. This reveals patterns. Maybe morning workouts stick better, or certain foods sap your energy. These insights let you optimize based on data, not guesswork. This approach builds confidence in your ability to solve problems methodically. Setbacks become experiments, failures become feedback, obstacles become opportunities to learn. While others chase dramatic changes for social media clout, you make tiny, invisible adjustments that compound into massive results. You don't overhaul your diet for a viral post. You tweak your eating window until fasting feels natural. You don't chase extreme fitness challenges. You add 1 rep, 1 minute, until strength is second nature. You don't read for hours to hit page goals, you read one extra page daily until learning is a habit. The power of compound invisibility. Small changes compound faster than big ones because they're sustainable. A 1% daily improvement makes you 37 times better in a year. A 50% monthly leap, nearly impossible to maintain, yields far less. These micro adjustments are invisible to others and to your own resistance. Your brain doesn't fight changes it doesn't notice, making them easier to sustain. This builds process-based confidence, not outcome-based confidence. You trust your ability to improve steadily, not your ability to maintain dramatic shifts. This confidence is stable, transferable, and applies to any challenge. While others consume content about skills, watching tutorials, reading blogs, taking courses, you're building skills in private, away from noise and opinions. Consuming content feels productive, but it's not skill building. Real skill acquisition is messy, humbling, frustrating. It's making stupid mistakes, feeling incompetent, pushing through plateaus. Most quit here, expecting linear progress. But skill development is exponential, slow at first, then explosive. The GHOST protocol embraces this messy middle. You measure progress by consistency, not results. You focus on getting better, not looking good. Depth over productivity. While others chase speed and quantity, you chase quality and depth. Productivity asks, how can I do more? Depth asks, how can I do this better? In an attention economy, depth is a superpower. While others skim many topics, you dive deep into a few. While they consume broadly, you understand deeply. This creates expertise over familiarity, value creation over consumption, focus as a trained skill, not a gift. Deep work requires defending your attention, saying no to most opportunities to say yes fully to a few, disappointing those who demand your time for misaligned priorities. The GHOST protocol makes this easier. When you're invisible, distractions fade and expectations vanish. After months or years of GHOST protocol, you reemerge transformed. People who knew you before are stunned. They see the results but can't pinpoint the moment of change. They might call it luck or destiny, but you know it was deliberate, built in silence, day by day, choice by choice. You've developed invisible competence, the ability to make hard things look easy, complex things look simple, extraordinary things look ordinary. Others can't replicate it because they can't see the system behind it. They see the sculpture, not the chiseling. This creates a curious dynamic. People ask for your secret, but they won't believe it when you share it. Consistent, invisible work over time. They want a hack, a shortcut, a trick. You offer a process, patient, methodical, unglamorous. They seek magic. You provide method. You've shifted frequencies. Most operate on the frequency of instant gratification, chasing quick wins and fleeting pleasures. Others chase social validation, making choices for likes and approval. Both frequencies are crowded, noisy, frustrating. The GHOST protocol tunes you to the frequency of long-term compounding. You make decisions for your future self, not your current self. You optimize for who you'll be in 5 years, not who you are today. This frequency is quiet, uncrowded. Few think this way, so opportunities others miss become clear to you. Information others ignore becomes actionable. Challenges others avoid become appealing because you know difficulty today builds capability tomorrow. Coming out of Ghost Protocol doesn't mean returning to the attention auction. It's not about posting every workout or sharing every insight. It's about selective visibility, appearing when you have value to offer, not when you need validation. You share results, not processes. You demonstrate solutions, not problems. This compounds your impact because you rarely seek attention. When you do, people listen. Because you don't overshare, your words carry weight. You've earned authentic authority through competence, not claimed expertise. Your transformation creates ripples. It inspires your family, friends, community, not through preaching, but through proof. When people see someone transform through disciplined effort, it expands their sense of what's possible. Your growth gives them permission to grow. Your discipline inspires theirs. But this only works if your change is authentic, not performative. People feel the difference between real transformation and stage inspiration. The Ghost Protocol ensures authenticity because it removes the performance incentive. You're changing for yourself, not for applause. Eventually, you reach integrated visibility. You've completed your underground transformation and operate in the world with new capability, but you don't return to the performance treadmill. You share value, not vulnerability. You protect your deep work time, even as you engage publicly. Your basement remains your sanctuary, connected to the process that built you. You stay loyal to your future self, not your audience. The Ghost Protocol isn't a tactic, it's a way of life. It's about choosing depth over distraction, growth over performance, results over recognition. It's about building in silence, refining in shadows, and emerging as someone new. Not for the world's applause, but for the quiet satisfaction of knowing you become who you were meant to be. There's an unseen destroyer in your home right now. It's not concealed in your walls or lurking in your shadows. It's resting in your pocket, sitting on your desk, glowing beside your bed. Every day, it's quietly killing your potential. Not with a sudden strike, but so subtly you don't notice until years slip by and you're left wondering where your time vanished, where your dreams faded, where the person you were meant to be disappeared. This destroyer doesn't wield weapons. It uses notifications. It doesn't rely on force. It leverages algorithms. It doesn't target your body. It attacks something far more precious: your focus, your time, your ability to concentrate long enough to create something truly meaningful. You know exactly what I'm talking about. You feel it daily. That pull, that urge, that need to check, scroll, refresh, to peek into a world that frankly doesn't matter. While your own world, the one you could be shaping, waits for you to show up. But here's the truth no one wants to face. Distractions aren't ambushing you. You're welcoming them. You're nurturing them. You're giving them permission to dismantle everything you claim you want to achieve. Until you realize that the issue isn't the distractions themselves, but your relationship with them, nothing will change. You'll stay trapped in a cycle where you vow to transform, swear tomorrow will be different, set goals, and watch them crumble the moment something shinier appears on your screen. That cycle ends today. Today, we're going to dismantle your distractions systematically, strategically, permanently. Not because I'm here to pump you up, but because I'm going to reveal exactly what they're costing you and precisely how to eliminate them before they erase your future. Let me tell you about an industry that rakes in more revenue than oil, pharmaceuticals, and weapons combined. An industry employing thousands of psychologists, neuroscientists, and behavioral engineers whose sole mission is to seize and hold your attention. This is the attention economy, and you are the commodity. Every free app on your phone isn't free. You're paying with your focus, and they're selling it to advertisers. Every social media platform isn't a public service. It's a behavior-shaping system designed to keep you scrolling for ads. Every streaming service isn't just entertainment. It's an attention-trapping machine built to keep you watching, collecting your data, predicting your actions. These companies have invested billions to make their products as addictive as possible. They've studied dopamine triggers, analyzed gambling psychology, and implemented variable reward systems, the same tactics that make slot machines irresistible. They've engineered infinite scroll so you never hit a natural pause. They've crafted notifications to spark your fear of missing out, and it's working. The average person now spends over 7 hours a day on screens. 7 hours. That's nearly a full-time job's worth of time spent consuming other people's content, ideas, lives. Think about that. If you're spending 7 hours consuming, when are you creating? If you're spending 7 hours entertained, when are you productive? If you're spending 7 hours watching others live, when are you living your life? The truly sinister part, these companies have convinced you this is normal, that everyone does it, that this is just modern life. They've made constant distraction the default state of existence. You think you have a focus problem? You don't. You have a design problem. Your digital environment is engineered to shatter your focus and harvest your attention. You're not weak-willed. You're up against billion-dollar corporations with the world's best behavioral engineers working to keep you distracted. But knowing your enemy is the first step to defeating it. Here's a truth about distraction most people miss. The real cost isn't just the time you spend distracted, it's the time it takes to recover. When you're working on something meaningful and an interruption hits, a notification, a message, or just the urge to check something, it takes an average of 23 minutes to regain your previous level of focus. 23 minutes. If you get distracted just once an hour during an 8-hour workday, you're losing over 3 hours to switching costs alone. Not the time spent distracted, but the time your brain needs to refocus. Most people aren't distracted once an hour. Studies show knowledge workers are interrupted or self-interrupt every 3 minutes. Every 3 minutes, your brain halts, processes the interruption, and tries to return to the task, only to be interrupted again before it can fully re-engage. This creates what psychologists call attention residue. When you switch from task A to task B, part of your focus stays stuck on task A. Add task C, and now you're carrying residue from both. Your brain juggles multiple contexts, slashing your cognitive capacity for any single task. The result, you spend your day in a state of partial attention, never fully focused, always slightly distracted. You end the day exhausted, yet you've accomplished little of significance. Not because you weren't working, but because you were never truly present for the work. Your attention was fragmented across dozens of tasks and distractions, none receiving your full capacity, all leaving residue that tainted everything else. Distractions don't just steal your time, they reshape who you are. Every time you give in to a distraction, you're training your brain to avoid discomfort. You're teaching yourself that when something feels hard, boring, or frustrating, you should escape to something easier, more stimulating. You're doing tough work, it gets challenging, you check your phone. What did you just teach your brain? That challenge means escape. That difficulty means distraction. That discomfort deserves avoidance. You're in a conversation, it feels slightly dull or awkward. You glance at your phone. What did you teach your brain? That human connection is less valuable than digital stimulation. That presence with others is optional. The relationships can be paused for anything more engaging. You're alone with your thoughts, feeling bored, anxious, or restless. You grab entertainment. What did you teach your brain? That your own thoughts aren't worth exploring? That inner reflection is less important than external stimulation. Over time, these small choices compound into profound changes in your personality and abilities. You become someone who can't tolerate boredom, who shies away from discomfort, who struggles to focus on anything challenging for long, who can't be fully present with others, who avoids being alone with their thoughts. You're not just wasting time, you're rewiring your brain to be weaker, more fragile, more dependent on external stimuli, less capable of tackling anything difficult or meaningful. This is the silent erosion happening daily, one distraction, one escape, one avoided discomfort at a time. Most people don't see it until they try something significant and realize they lack the cognitive strength to do it. They sit down to write and can't focus for more than 5 minutes. They try to learn something complex and quit when it gets confusing. They start building something meaningful and abandon it when progress feels slow. Not because they lack talent or intelligence, but because they've spent years training their brain to dodge challenges and chase distractions. They've strengthened their distraction habits and let their focus habits wither. They've optimized for entertainment and neglected effort. Every minute you spend distracted is a minute you could have spent building something that grows over time. Let's do some math that might shake you. If you spend just 2 hours a day on social media, below the average, that's 730 hours a year. Redirect that time to learning a valuable skill, and within 5 years, you could reach expert-level proficiency in almost anything. That's 3,650 hours over 5 years. Research shows it takes about 2,000 to 3,000 hours of deliberate practice to master most skills. Your social media habit is literally stealing your chance to become an expert. It gets worse. Skills compound. Mastering one skill makes learning related skills easier. Become an expert writer and marketing becomes more accessible. Master fitness and nutrition clicks faster. Excel in one coding language and others follow more quickly. The cost isn't just one skill, it's the entire skill stack you could have built. The career growth, the rising income, the expanding opportunities, the growing confidence and competence from developing real abilities instead of just consuming content about them. Let's make it even more real with money. Redirect 2 hours a day from distractions to skill building. Spend that time learning a high-value skill, coding, design, writing, sales, video editing. Within 6 months, your skill could earn you $500 a month freelancing. Modest, but a start. Skills compound, and so does income. By year 2, you're earning $2,000 a month. By year 3, $4,000. By year 5, you've either built a freelance business making $10,000 a month or landed a better job with significantly higher pay. Over 5 years, the difference between 2 hours daily on social media versus skill development could easily mean $200,000 in extra income, conservatively. But it's not just about money, it's about who you become. The person who spends 3,650 hours honing skills is fundamentally different from the one who spends those hours consuming content. They have greater capabilities, confidence, opportunities, and a trajectory toward mastery. One builds something lasting, the other chases fleeting entertainment with no enduring value. Who do you want to be 5 years from now? Distractions don't just fracture your focus, they fracture your identity. Constantly switching between roles, platforms, conversations, and identities erodes the cohesive sense of self that comes from sustained focus on clear goals and values. 1 minute you're watching fitness content, feeling you should hit the gym. The next, you're on entrepreneurship videos, thinking you should start a business. Then travel photos make you want to explore the world. Minimalism content has you questioning your possessions. Each piece of content sparks a different aspirational identity, and constant consumption keeps you bouncing between versions of who you think you should be. This creates 3 problems. First, decision paralysis. When 10 aspirational identities compete for your attention and resources, you can't fully commit to any. You dabble, start things, quit, spread your energy too thin, and make no real progress. Second, comparison overload. Each identity comes with people to measure yourself against. Fitness influencers who make you feel unfit, entrepreneurs who make you feel unambitious, travelers who make you feel dull, minimalists who make you feel materialistic. You're playing multiple comparison games, all leaving you feeling inadequate. Third, identity confusion. Constantly consuming others' ideas about who you should be disconnects you from who you truly want to be. Your goals become reflections of what you've consumed, not expressions of your authentic values. You chase others' definitions of success instead of defining your own. The solution isn't just consuming less, it's choosing one coherent identity and building it consistently. It's saying no to appealing possibilities so you can say yes fully to your priorities. It's cultivating the discipline to become one thing deeply rather than many things shallowly. Before you can defeat distractions, you must know exactly what they are and what they're truly costing you. Not what you think or hope, but the reality. This demands raw honesty, and most people shy away because the truth reveals uncomfortable facts about how they're living. Here's how to conduct a distraction audit. Step 1. Install time-tracking software on all your devices. Today, not tomorrow. Use apps that log every minute spent on websites, apps, and activities. Don't rely on basic screen time features you can ignore. Choose serious tools that force you to face reality. Step 2. Track everything for 7 days without changing your behavior. This is critical. Don't tweak your habits to look better. Let the software capture your real actions, not your idealized ones. Step 3. After 7 days, review the data. Examine total hours spent on each activity, patterns of when you're most distracted, triggers for distraction episodes, and how much time aligns with your goals versus what doesn't. The numbers won't lie. You might tell yourself you only spend a little time on social media, but the tracker shows 3 hours daily. You might think you're focused, but it reveals you check your phone every 8 minutes. You might believe you're working hard, but it shows most of your time goes to emails, meetings, and busy work, not deep, focused creation. Most people bail here because the truth stings. They make excuses, justify their habits, promise to do better without changing, or delete the app because reality hurts. Don't be most people. Embrace the discomfort. Study the numbers. Accept your current reality. Then use it as fuel to transform. Step 4. Calculate the opportunity cost. Multiply your weekly distraction hours by 52 for your annual total. Multiply that by 5 for your 5-year distraction time. Then ask, what could I have built with those hours? What skills could I have mastered? What projects could I have finished? Who could I have become? This exercise is meant to hurt. Pain drives change. If you're comfortable with how you spend your time, you won't change it. You need to feel the weight of wasted potential to reclaim it. Not all distractions are equal. Some are devastating, others are manageable. Some need total elimination, others can be controlled. Here's how to categorize them. Category 1, complete elimination. These are distractions with zero value and massive cost. Social media is the prime example for most. Endless scrolling, watching stories, reading comments, arguing with strangers. None of this serves you, builds anything, or improves you. It all must go. Elimination means making it impossible to access these platforms without serious effort. Delete the apps, block the sites, remove the temptation entirely. People resist this, fearing they'll miss out, lose touch, or be out of the loop. Those fears are baseless. Real news finds you. True friends reach out directly. Genuine opportunities don't come through feeds. By eliminating these, you're not missing out. You're choosing to live your life instead of watching others' highlight reels. Category 2, strict limitation. These are activities with some value but high potential for overuse. Email, messaging apps, news sites, educational YouTube, podcasts, they can help you communicate, learn, or stay informed, but they become time sinks without control. Set strict rules and enforce them with technology. Check email twice daily at set times. Disable notifications. Use messaging apps only during specific windows. Silence them otherwise. Allow 1 hour of educational YouTube daily. Block it outside that time. Listen to podcasts during commutes or workouts, not deep work. Rules must be tight enough to shape behavior, backed by tools to prevent cheating. Category 3, replacement. These distractions fill needs like boredom, stress, or procrastination. Removing them isn't enough. You must replace them with better alternatives that meet the same need without the cost. Bored. Instead of scrolling, read. Instead of videos, walk. Instead of consuming, create. Stressed. Instead of numbing with entertainment, exercise, journal, or meditate. Procrastinating? Instead of avoiding hard work with easy distractions, tackle a smaller version of the tough task. Replace hard tasks with simpler versions of hard tasks, not entertainment. The goal is to break the need equals distraction cycle and redirect it to need equals productive action. You can't rely on willpower to beat distractions. It's a finite resource that fades when you're tired, stressed, or depleted. Smart people don't depend on willpower. They design their environment to make distractions hard and focus easy. Physical environment, banish distraction devices from your workspace. Your phone shouldn't be in the room during deep work. Keep it elsewhere and check it on scheduled breaks. Store your smartwatch in a drawer, your tablet in another room. Your workspace should support focus. One monitor, essential tools only, clean desk, comfortable chair, good lighting, controlled temperature. Everything should foster sustained attention. Digital environment, use website blockers that make distraction sites inaccessible during work hours. Not ones you can disable easily, but ones requiring complex passwords or waiting periods. Uninstall any app that doesn't serve your goals. If you haven't used it in 2 weeks, delete it. You can reinstall if truly needed, but you likely won't. Use separate devices for distinct purposes. A work computer for work only, no personal browsing. A personal computer for non-work tasks, no work activities. A phone for communication only, no social media or games. This creates mental boundaries for focus. Notification environment, disable all notifications except critical ones, those requiring immediate action, like calls from key contacts or urgent work messages. Everything else can wait for scheduled check-ins. Most notifications aren't urgent. They're reminders to get distracted, interrupting your flow for trivial things, training your brain to context switch constantly. Turn off email, messaging, social media, news, and shopping app notifications. If it's truly urgent, people will call. If it's important, it'll be there when you check later. Social environment. This is the toughest because it involves others, but your social circle either supports your focus or sabotages it. If you're surrounded by people who prioritize entertainment over achievement, see ambition as odd, or view focus as antisocial, staying focused will be a battle, no matter how well you've designed your physical and digital spaces. Upgrade your social circle by finding people who value focus, respect your boundaries, support your goals, and model the behavior you want. Or protect yourself by setting clear boundaries with your current circle. Explain you're not available for constant messages, won't respond instantly, and may disappoint those expecting endless accessibility. Choose your priorities. Others' comfort, or your ability to build the life you want. Freedom without structure is chaos. If you eliminate distractions but don't fill the time with purposeful action, you'll either find new distractions or feel anxious about the empty space. Architect your day around deep work, intentional rest, and strategic flexibility. Here's the framework. Morning ritual, 60 to 90 minutes. This is your daily reset, sacred and non-negotiable, before checking messages, consuming content, or engaging with others' agendas. Components: physical activation, exercise, stretching, cold exposure. Mental preparation, meditation, journaling, visualization. Skill development, reading, learning, practicing, and day planning, reviewing goals, setting priorities, scheduling tasks. The specifics matter less than the principles. Prime your body for performance, clear your mind for focus, build skills that compound, and be intentional about your day. Deep work blocks, 2 to 4 hours, twice daily. These are for your highest value tasks, projects that advance your goals, require full cognitive capacity, and yield long-term results. No phone, email, messages, meetings, or interruptions, just you and the work that matters. Most people never experience deep work because they're always accessible, interruptible, pulled in multiple directions, reacting to others' priorities instead of advancing their own. Deep work is where transformation happens, where you build skills, create value, complete projects, and make progress. Administrative blocks, 60 minutes once or twice daily. Handle maintenance tasks, email, messages, scheduling, organizing, responding to requests in specific blocks to prevent them from fragmenting your day. Batch email checks to once or twice daily. Respond to messages during set windows. Queue small tasks for batch processing. This feels odd at first because you're used to constant responsiveness, but availability isn't productivity. Being always on for others keeps you off your own priorities. Strategic rest, various times daily. Rest restores energy and focus. Distractions drain both. Real rest means walking without your phone, napping without alarms, eating without screens, exercising without tracking, sitting in silence without entertainment, or spending time in nature without documenting it. The key is presence, being fully engaged in the rest experience, not partially distracted by devices. Most people never truly rest because they're always half engaged, watching TV while scrolling, eating while watching, walking while listening. Unpresent rest doesn't restore. Evening wind down, 60 minutes. Transition from productivity to recovery to prepare for quality sleep and tomorrow's deep work. Components: digital sunset, screens off 60 to 90 minutes before bed. Reflection, reviewing the day's wins and lessons. Preparation, setting out tomorrow's clothes, prepping your workspace. And relaxation, reading, stretching, meditation. This time is free of digital stimulation, letting your nervous system relax, your mind process, and your body prep for sleep. Many people mistakenly try to cut distractions without replacing them with better habits, creating a void that invites new distractions or anxiety. Proactively replace bad habits with good ones. If you scroll social media for 30 minutes after waking, swap it for 30 minutes of reading. Have the book ready, the space set. If you watch Netflix for 2 hours every evening, replace it with a creative hobby, skill practice, or workout. Plan it. Make it accessible. If you check your phone when bored, swap it for a micro task that serves your goals. Review your priorities, do a quick workout, message someone you care about, read a few pages, tidy your space. Redirect the urge. Don't fight it, channeling it toward productive action. With distractions gone, you have what most lack: time and attention to build something meaningful. But time and attention alone aren't enough. You must architect your focus to turn them into real capability and results. Here's how to build focus systematically. Progressive difficulty training. You can't leap from scattered attention to sustained focus. Focus is a skill, like a muscle, built gradually. Week 1, 25-minute focus sessions with 5-minute breaks. One task, full attention, no distractions. When the urge to switch tasks hits, note it, refocus. Week 2, 40-minute sessions with 10-minute breaks, building endurance. Week 3, 60-minute sessions with 15-minute breaks, nearing deep work capacity. Week 4 and beyond, 90 to 120-minute sessions with 20-minute breaks, professional level focus where mastery develops. Most never reach this because they don't train systematically. Trying long focus sessions without build-up, getting frustrated, and assuming they're not focused. Focus isn't a trait. It's a skill built through practice. Single-tasking mastery, multitasking is a lie. Rapid task switching kills productivity and drains cognition. Single-tasking, doing one thing fully before moving on, eliminates switching costs, reduces errors, improves quality, and enables flow states. Start small. One conversation without checking your phone. One chapter without messages. One email finished before the next. Extend to bigger contexts. Complete one project before starting another. Master one skill before adding more. Focus on one goal at a time. It feels inefficient initially, but multiplies productivity over time. Attention residue management. Attention residue, lingering focus on prior tasks, reduces capacity for the present. Strategy 1, transition rituals. Between tasks, do a physical action. Stand, stretch, walk briefly to signal task completion. Strategy 2, capture incomplete tasks. If you stop mid-task, note where you left off and next steps, freeing your brain to let go. Strategy 3, task completion. Finish tasks fully when possible. Completion clears residue better than anything. Strategy 4, context separation. Do different work in different spaces, creative work in one area, administrative in another, communication elsewhere, to mentally separate tasks. Depth progression. Focus has levels. Level 1, concentrated attention, focused but aware of surroundings, tempted by distractions, effortful. Level 2, engaged focus, absorbed, less aware, less tempted, less effortful. Level 3, flow state. Time vanishes, ego dissolves, ideas flow effortlessly, performance soars. Most never reach flow because they don't master distraction-free focus or sustained attention. As you eliminate distractions and build focus, flow becomes accessible, transforming your work, progress, and satisfaction. With distractions eliminated and focus honed, you can build skills that compound into exponential returns. Most approach skill building wrong, learning too many things at once, switching before competence, or consuming information instead of practicing. Here's a better system. Skill selection criteria. Choose skills based on 3 factors. First, personal interest. You need genuine curiosity or enjoyment to sustain effort. Second, economic leverage. The skill should offer income potential, opportunities, or value to others. Third, skill stacking potential. It should pair well with existing or planned skills, amplifying their combined value. For example, writing plus marketing, marketing plus sales, sales plus psychology. Each skill multiplies the other's impact. Sequential mastery approach. Focus on one skill at a time until you reach professional competence, where you can create value or earn income. Typically 3 to 6 months of daily deliberate practice. Give this skill your best deep work blocks. Once competent, shift to maintenance mode with occasional practice and start the next skill. This feels slow, but is faster than dabbling in multiple skills with minimal progress. Deliberate practice structure. Not all practice improves. Mindless repetition of what you already know doesn't grow skills. Deliberate practice targets weaknesses, pushes boundaries, and demands focus. Structure your practice with clear goals, immediate feedback, and consistent challenge to ensure steady progress toward mastery.